One fateful day, Yugoma collapsed while working in her shop, her body succumbing to the strain of illness that had gone untreated for too long. She woke up in a hospital room, with a nurse in a white robe standing next to her. "You're awake, Miss Yugoma," the nurse said with relief. "You had us worried there." Yugoma's eyes darted around the room, confusion clouding her thoughts.
What happened? How did I get here?
The nurse explained that a customer had found Yugoma unconscious in her workshop and rushed her to the hospital. She mentioned the hospital chairman had taken an interest in Yugoma's case, a man known for his philanthropy and compassion. As Yugoma lay in her hospital bed, her mind swirled with questions and worries. How would she pay for the treatment she needed? What about her responsibilities and debts? Why was the hospital chairman interested in her case? The door to her room opened, and in walked a distinguished-looking man with a warm smile. "Miss Yugoma, I'm Dr. Alex, the hospital chairman." Yugoma nodded weakly, her eyes searching his face for answers. "I've heard about your situation, and I want to assure you that you receive the best care here," Dr. Alex said, his voice gentle and kind. Yugoma's eyes welled up with gratitude.
Thank you, Dr. Alex, but I don't have the money to pay for all this.
Dr. Alex waved off her concerns with a reassuring smile. "Don't worry about that, Miss Yugoma. Your talent as a tailor hasn't gone unnoticed. I've seen your work, and I'm impressed. I was given an outfit as a present by my sister which was made by you. She was with me when you were rushed in and she recognized you. You are a very talented young lady." Yugoma looked at the doctor in confusion.
You've seen my work?
"Yes, indeed, I have." Yugoma smiled, realization dawning on her. "You mean?" "Yes, I'm a satisfied customer of yours," Dr. Alex confirmed with a smile. "Consider your treatment taken care of. Focus on getting better." Tears of relief and gratitude streamed down Yugoma's cheeks as she thanked Dr. Alex. In that moment, a glimmer of hope flickered in her heart, reminding her that even in the darkest of times, kindness and compassion could light the way forward. As Yugoma recovered in the hospital, Dr. Alex visited her regularly, their conversations ranging from her health to shared interest in art and history. They found solace in each other's company, forming a bond that was beyond the boundaries of doctor and patient. One evening, as they sat discussing a book they both loved, Dr. Alex's gaze turned thoughtful. "Miss Yugoma, may I ask you something personal?" Yugoma nodded, intrigued by the sudden shift in conversation. "Why did you put your dreams on hold for your sister?" Dr. Alex asked gently, his eyes filled with genuine curiosity. Yugoma sighed, her gaze distant as she recalled the events that led to her sacrifice.
Ezinne was everything to me after our parents passed. I just wanted her to have opportunities that I didn't have.
"Miss Yugoma." Dr. Alex probed further, his voice encouraging. Yugoma's eyes met his, her expression tinged with a mixture of sadness and resolve. "I decided that my dreams could wait, Dr. Alex. Our parents taught us that family comes first." Dr. Alex nodded, his respect for Yugoma growing with each word she spoke. "You're a remarkable woman, Miss Yugoma. Your selflessness is admirable." Their conversation shifted to lighter topics, but Yugoma's words lingered in Dr. Alex's mind long after he bid her good night. Days turned into weeks, and Yugoma's health improved steadily under Dr. Alex's care. She regained her strength and her feelings towards the hospital chairman grew with each passing day. One sunny afternoon, as Ugoma sat in the hospital garden, Dr. Alex joined her with a smile. "Miss Ugoma, I have something to share with you." Ugoma looked up, curiosity sparkling in her eyes. "What is it, Dr. Alex?" "I've enjoyed our conversations and your company immensely," Dr. Alex began, his tone earnest. "I would like to continue this journey with you, not just as your doctor but as a friend and companion." Ugoma's heart fluttered with surprise and warmth. "Dr. Alex, I don't know what to say." Dr. Ibrahim took her hand gently. "Say yes, Ugoma. Let's see where this path takes us." Ugoma smiled through tears of joy, her heart finding solace in the unexpected bond that had blossomed amidst adversity. And so, their friendship evolved into love, a deep connection rooted in shared experiences and mutual respect. 6 months later, in the beautiful hospital garden, surrounded by family and friends, Dr. Ibrahim and Ugoma exchanged their vows, their hearts overflowing with gratitude and happiness. As they embarked on their new chapter together, little did they know that fate had more challenges and surprises in store for them, testing their resilience and love in ways they could never have imagined. One afternoon, a familiar face walked into Ugoma's workshop, interrupting her focused teaching. It was Dr. Alex, his expression serious. "Yugo, we need to talk," Dr. Alex said, his voice carrying a sense of urgency. Ugoma looked up, concern etched on her features. "What is it, Alex? Is everything alright?" Dr. Alex took a seat beside her, his gaze meeting hers. "I received a call from a friend today." Ugoma's heart skipped a beat, her mind racing with possibilities. "About Ezin?" Dr. Alex nodded solemnly. "Yes, Yugo. It seems Ezin has run into some difficulties." Ugoma's hands trembled slightly as she set aside her work, her focus solely on Alex. "What kind of difficulties?" Dr. Alex hesitated, choosing his words carefully. "It appears that Ezin lost her job recently. The company she worked for underwent restructuring, and she was one of the casualties." A wave of empathy washed over Ugoma as she processed the news. "Oh, Alex. She must be devastated." Dr. Alex nodded, his eyes reflecting empathy and concern. "That's not all, Yugo. Ezin's situation is dire. She's lost everything, including her savings and her apartment." Ugoma's heart clenched with a mixture of sorrow and determination. "I have to help her, Alex. She's my sister." He squeezed her hand gently, offering his unwavering support. "We'll do everything we can, Yugo. Together." With renewed purpose, Ugoma and her husband set out to locate Ezin, their hearts heavy with worry yet filled with hope for a reunion that would mend old wounds and renew the unbreakable bonds of family and love. Little did they know, fate had one final test of their resilience and compassion waiting just around the corner. Armed with determination and love in their hearts, they followed every lead that would bring them closer to Ugoma's long-lost sister. Days turned into weeks, their search yielding no success as they encountered dead ends and false hopes. Ugoma's worry deepened with each passing day, her thoughts consumed by memories of her sister and the unanswered questions that lingered between them. One evening, as Ugoma and Dr. Ibrahim sat in their living room, poring over the latest information they had gathered, a knock on the door interrupted their thoughts. Ugoma rose to answer the door. To her surprise, standing on their doorstep was a familiar face, a tired and haggard Ezin, her eyes filled with a mix of shame and desperation. Ezin! Ugoma exclaimed, her voice a mixture of joy and concern. What happened? Where have you been? Ezin looked down, unable to meet her sister's gaze. I'm sorry, Yugo. I've made mistakes, and I've let you down. Ugoma ushered her sister inside, her heart breaking at the sight of Ezin's distress. Sit down, Ezin. We'll talk about it. Dr. Alex offered Ezin a comforting smile. Welcome, Ezin. We've been worried about you. As they settled into the living room, Ugoma, her hands trembling with a mix of emotions, said, Tell us what happened, Ezin. We're here for you. Ezin took a deep breath, and in a shaky voice, she said, After I lost my job, everything spiraled out of control. I couldn't afford my apartment, and I had no savings left. Pride and shame kept me from reaching out to you, Yugo. My health is failing, Yugo. I have been diagnosed with kidney failure. What? Ugoma shouted. Please, my sister, I know I do not deserve your mercy, please forgive me. Ugoma reached out and took Ezin's hand, her eyes filled with tears of forgiveness and love. Ezin, I forgave you a long time ago. I love you. You're here now, that's what matters. Dr. Alex spoke softly, his words a beacon of reassurance. We'll help you, Ezin. Together, we'll find a way forward. Days of heartfelt conversations and shared tears followed as Ugoma and Ezin navigated forgiveness, redemption, and rebuilding trust. Ugoma's heartache at Ezin's absence melted away in the face of her sister's health condition and remorse. One evening, as Ugoma sat by Ezin's bedside in the hospital, Dr. Alex entered with a grave expression. Yugo, we need to talk. Ugoma's heart clenched with worry, her eyes flickering between her husband and Ezin. What is it, dear? Dr. Alex took a seat beside Ugoma, his voice gentle yet laden with concern. Ezin needs a kidney transplant urgently. Her condition is deteriorating rapidly. Ugoma's breath caught in her throat, the weight of the revelation settling heavily upon her. I've been thinking about it, I would like to do a test, to see if I'm a match. Ugoma's heart was filled with conflicting emotions, pain for her sister's suffering, anger at the circumstances that led to this moment, and a fierce love greater than everything else. Ezin is my sister, she said to her husband. I'll do whatever it takes to help you. Days of consultations, medical evaluations, and emotional turmoil followed as Ugoma prepared herself for the ultimate act of sacrifice, donating her kidney to save her sister's life. One afternoon, as they sat in their hospital ward before their surgery, Ugoma held Ezin's hand tightly, offering words of comfort. Yugo, I don't know how to thank you, Ezin whispered, her eyes brimming with gratitude and remorse. Ugoma smiled softly, her love shining through despite the challenges they faced. You don't need to thank me, Ezin. We are family. The surgery day arrived, nerves and prayers filling the air as Ugoma and Ezin prepared to undergo the procedure. Dr. Alex, leading the surgical team, reassured her with a reassuring smile. As Ugoma drifted into anesthesia-induced sleep, her last thoughts were of hope for Ezin's recovery, hope for their renewed bond, and hope for a future filled with love and forgiveness. Days turned into weeks of recovery, intertwined with moments of pain, fear, and hope. Ezin's body accepted Ugoma's kidney, her health improving with each passing day. One sunny morning, as they stood together on the hospital rooftop, overlooking the city they had all come to call home, Yuga and Ezin shared a moment of profound connection and healing. "I'm so sorry, Yuga," Ezin whispered, tears of gratitude streaming down her cheeks. "I don't deserve your forgiveness." Yuga wrapped an arm around her sister, her heart full of love and understanding. "We all make mistakes, Ezin. What matters is that we learn, grow, and forgive." Dr. Alex joined them, his presence a testament to the enduring bond they had forged through trials and tribulations. This journey has taught us the true meaning of love, sacrifice, and second chances. And so, amidst the backdrop of a city teeming with life and stories untold, Ezin, Yuga, and her husband embraced their newfound lease on life, their hearts filled with forgiveness, healing, and the unbreakable ties of family and love.